hidden blueprint, a symphony of stone. Elias Thorne was a ghost. Not the kind that haunts a graveyard, but a senior archival preservationist at the New York Public Library. A man who spent 40 years breathing in the vanilla-scented rot of decomposing pulp. He lived in the sub-basements. The stacks, where the light of Bryant Park never reached. One Tuesday, a damp, biting November afternoon, Elias found the copper cylinder. It was wedged behind a masonry fluke in the Milstein division. Inside lay a single roll of vellum. The ink was not black. It was a shimmering, iridescent violet. As Elias unfurled it, his breath hitched. This wasn't a map of the building, it was a blueprint for the soul of Manhattan. The title, written in a cramped, elegant hand, read, "The Sub-Basement of the Soul. A Master Plan for the Circulatory System of Gotham." Every landmark was reimagined as a mechanical organ. The Empire State Building, a harmonic dampener. The subway tunnels, resonance chambers. And at the absolute center of it all, 4 levels beneath the library's lowest floor, lay the control room. Elias followed the map. He found a door of embossed iron hidden behind a janitor's closet. He didn't use a key, no, he used a rhythm. He tapped his knuckles against the iron in a frantic, irregular beat. The literal heartbeat of a New Yorker in a hurry. The door groaned open. He descended a spiral staircase into the very bedrock of the island. There, in a chamber carved from schist, stood the curator. The man was ageless, his eyes glowing with that same violet ink. "The city is a tuning fork, Elias," the curator whispered, his voice vibrating with the low-frequency hum of the earth. 8 million souls create too much friction, too much heat. This machine, Vane's machine, turns their anger into steam, their sorrow into rain, and their joy into the electricity that keeps this island alive. The curator stepped toward the stairs, leaving Elias at the brass console. "The new glass towers are creating a wobble, Elias. I can no longer maintain the balance. It's your turn now." "Wait," Elias shouted, his voice echoing off the gears. "Who are you? When do I get to leave?" The curator paused at the top of the stairs, a faint, witty smile touching his lips. "When the next ghost finds the map, try to keep the dust off it, won't you?" The iron door slammed shut. Elias, trembling, reached for the logbook on the desk. He flipped to the very first entry, dated May 23, 1911. The handwriting was familiar, too familiar. He turned to the very last page, an entry written just minutes ago, and felt his heart stop. The handwriting was his own. He looked into a polished brass plate on the wall. The reflection staring back wasn't a 64-year-old librarian. He was young, vibrant, his eyes burning with violet light. He looked at a 1912 staff photograph sitting on the desk. There, standing between the stone lions, was the man who had just walked upstairs. But the nameplate didn't say Elias Thorne. It said, Thaddeus Vane. Elias realized the truth with a sickening jolt. He wasn't the successor. He was the original. Every century, his soul was split. One half lived a normal life above to gather the data of human experience, while the other stayed below to turn the gears. The man who had just left was finally free to grow old and die, while Elias, the real Elias, was trapped once more, destined to tune a city that would never even know he existed.